guys, this is Miss Stars. This is Miss Stars Cosplay and Art, and today we are going to talk about Ebrietas cosplay from the game Bloodborne and tentacles.
You like tentacles, don't you?
Yeah.
That sounds weird.
Hello guys, this is Miss Stars Cosplay and Art, and today's video I'm going to showcase my Ebrietas cosplay from the game Bloodborne. This build took me around 6 months to make, and it's one of the most aggressive, craziest detail work I've ever made. This project has a lot of construction elements such as sculpting, LED lights, soldering, EVA foam work, more sculpting, hand beading, and so on and so forth. And the materials that I used for this project is EVA foam, Worbla, Plastisode, a lot of fabric, leather, and beads. The inspiration behind this design is because I love the Cthulhu mythos, eldritch, darker horror, so I came out with the idea of making this Victorian mixed with other horror elements from the game, but I concentrate mostly on the boss, which is Ebrietas, daughter of the cosmos. Now I am going to show you a walkthrough of how I built the design. Here are some materials I used for this project. Beads, a lot of beads, a cape that already cut out, a chain, a lot of trims, and here's a fabric for Ebrietas' dress. I made 2 bows out of the same fabric as you can see. Very cute! Now let's get started. This is another cape. I just love the design of this fabric since Ebrietas in the Bloodborne game, the church worships her, and this is like the representation of the church itself, which is like the small crosses as you can see. I decided to change the color of the fabric a bit darker and a little bit more of gold weathering. I added a nice design lining for the cape. It gives a little more character, and of course I put both pieces together and clip them so I can sew them with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. The patterns I use for this dress is one of the brands called Simplicity. My idea is to create the Victorian look. I have cut all of my patterns, and since they have a lot of wrinkles, I decided to iron them under low heat. This will help you flatten your patterns. You'll do the same thing with all of the pieces. Here's my boning. The good thing about this pattern is that it gives you where to place your boning at. Since the boning is all curled up, I decided to iron them to make it straight and easy to sew. This is a brooch that I bought at a crafting store, and I decided to use it. I took a sandpaper to make the surface rough and then weather it by using black and gold paints. As you can see, I sewed all my beads by hand. Yes, by hand. It took me around 3,000 to 4,000 beads, and it has the brooch and some creepy eyes. This project took me around 2 days to complete. These are her wings, and now we're going to cut the edges off to later on sand them down. So smooth. Now to add more texture with the soldering tool. I've cut out some of the small horns like shape to add those on the wings later on. I use regular acrylic paints for the wings. I have added 3 layers of white first, then pink, light brown, and gray for the dots. This is a rinse and repeat process. Next up, for the mask. These are some Worbla leftover pieces that I had and put them together. As you can see here, the head lights up and I added green eyes. I've applied foam clay to the mask and patiently added texture with the aluminum foil ball that I created. Oh, this is one of my favorite pieces. I created this lamp out of this random metal cup pencil holder, and of course I've added more texture for the moss by using decorative sand filler. Cool, right? Oh, and also it lights up too. These are 1/2 inch foam for the tentacles that goes with the wings. This is exactly the same process from before, but for this one I've added foam clay to the top of the tentacle and texture with the aluminum foil ball. Here's a quick glance of the leg armor. I began to draw out the Cthulhu on the other leg armor, then added more foam clay and I'll show you how this is done by using the sculpting tools. This is a mix of both using my hands plus the tools, and here it is. Now to work under the area of the octopus. I decided to add more texture core feel to it. These pieces took me a while to complete, but hey, this looks pretty awesome, right? These are some tiny bottles that I found a while back and turned them into blood vials by using resins inside of them. This is another half of the leg armor piece. This piece is inspired by the cathedral windows. I have drawn out the designs and began to paint them. Once I am done painting, I use a metallic black puffy glue to add more dimensions to the stained glass. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And also if you have any questions regarding to this build, please comment down below. Adios guys, until next time.
Good.